Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm going to be recording this for the second time. For some reason, the first record didn't go through, but what's going on, everyone? It's been quite a while since I've uploaded, and today I wanted to upload about a game that I have been looking at. This is going to be an NFT game that I'm looking at, and as y'all know, I've mostly been a card game player, or maybe you don't know, you might just be new here, but I tend to play competitive strategy card games, and I found a new game that really interests me. So a little bit of my backstory: I played Legends of Runeterra, Magic, Hearthstone, Shadowverse, a handful of different card games, all at Grandmaster levels. I love these games. I play so much of them. I've peaked at relatively high ranks in a lot of these games. And in the past year, I've really taken a large step back. I basically quit all of the card games that I play because honestly, for the time investment, they haven't interested me. And that's about it. I've taken a step back. I haven't uploaded content for them. And I've wanted to do some kind of content. I want to do some kind of something, but I haven't known what to do. But I have been wanting to talk about this game for a few months now, and I think today is finally a good time to talk about it. So this game is called Warriors of Aradena, and we're going to take a look at some things. I have a few links. We're not going to take too deep of a dive right now. This is going to be an ongoing segment that we're going to have on this channel. It's going to be called Aradenian Academy, and we're going to be taking a look at Warriors of Aradena. We're going to be taking a look at what the game is doing, and we're just going to keep an eye on it. And hopefully, if things go well when this game actually fully comes out, because keep in mind, this game actually isn't out right now. If you do get into this game, you are just getting into an idea at the moment. This is the game's roadmap. We'll take a bigger look at this in a minute. But yeah, right now you're just getting into the idea. If this concept seems interesting to you, go for it. If it doesn't, don't go for it. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm simply a guy that plays way too many board games, way too many card games, and I found one that really excites me, and I wanted to share this with you. So, without any more delay, let's take a look at the game's white paper. Now, we're not going to dive too deep into this, but this is going to give us an idea. Now, there are two game modes that are going to exist in Warriors of Aradena. There's going to be a 1 versus 1 type of gameplay, where you have this land, and you're going to be able to move your soldiers around. You're going to move your soldiers around from tile to tile. You're going to have some cards that you can play to do some effects, maybe to do some damage, to heal your guys, to kill some of your enemies. I don't really know yet. That's the thing. We don't really fully know what the gameplay is going to be like. But we do know that this is going to be some kind of land-based tactical battle. And that, to me, is very exciting. Maybe something like Risk. Maybe something like kind of like chess, but with wizards and with warriors. We really don't know, but to me it's very interesting, and I want to just keep looking at this. So that's the first type of gameplay that we have, which is this 1 versus 1 tactical battle. And the other type of gameplay that we're going to have is going to be more of a land-based, maybe kind of like Settlers of Catan. Now, but before we keep going, let's take note that the main inspirations for this game, to my understanding, are Settlers of Catan and Civilization 5. So we have already a good idea of what this game is going to look like. I can't find a specific picture that I'm looking for, but eventually we're going to be given actual land. If you own a warrior, you're going to be given land, and that land is going to function similar to Settlers of Catan land, where maybe it'll produce sheep, maybe it'll produce ore or wood. It'll produce some type of resource, and we don't know what the resources will be used for, but hey, resources are resources. In these types of games, you can never have too much wood, you can never have too much ore, maybe you can have too much sheep. Depends how much Catan you play. But I digress. I think that's a great foundation for a game. I mean, Settlers of Catan is truly a famous game. It's one of the best games out there, honestly. As far as board games go, let me know in the comments if you think you know any board games that are better than Settlers of Catan, because in my opinion, Settlers of Catan is probably the best board game out there. That's one of the reasons I'm so excited about this project, is because I love Settlers of Catan. So, to enter this game and to play this game, you're going to need to own a warrior. You can find them on OpenSea. Once again, this is not financial advice. This is just me letting you know about what exists out there. And wow, as we're recording this, the floor price of these went from 0.1 to 0.11. So these guys you were able to get a few weeks ago, they were as low as 0.03, which I find crazy. These things are moving so fast. There's been new announcements coming out, a lot of new hype entering the space. I think a lot of it comes down to the fact that very soon we're going to be getting a revamp for the website, and we're also going to be getting anyone who owns warriors. So if you own one of these guys, you'll get airdropped a woman of Aradena, and the women are going to function basically the same as far as I understand. They're going to function the same as the men, but they're just going to be a different set of art. So that'll allow these original artworks to maintain their value, but add an entire new set of warriors to the game, which would essentially double the player base, right? We have currently 8,000 warriors in circulation, so only 8,000 total people can play, but if everyone gets a woman, all of a sudden 16,000 people can play. And that's how this game's economy and this game's player base is going to keep growing, is that every now and then we'll be getting new warriors, new women, maybe we'll get elves. I really don't know what's going to happen. Like I said, with this right now, you're just kind of buying into an idea, you're buying into a concept, and you don't really know what is fully around the corner yet. But we do have ideas, and we understand that this game is based off of some really exciting games. So, like I said, if you own a warrior, you'll at some point get airdropped a woman. You'll also at some point get airdropped land. It says that right here. Genesis warrior holders will get a land airdrop, and like I said, I think that'll function very similar to Catan land, or maybe if you own it, every day you'll get 5 ore, every day you'll get 10 sheep, 10 wood. I really don't know. I'm making things up. This is the way I see. This is what I think is going to happen, and I'm not on the dev team. I'm just a guy who really thinks this is a cool project, and that's really where this is coming from. So, what did we get into? We took a look a little bit at the white paper. Let's take a look at the warriors a little bit. So as you can see, they're all different. They all look different, but they're all similar. Like you see, these two have the same cavalry shield. Some of them, they have this purple aura on their weapons. Those are enchanted weapons. Those tend to be rare. So let's take a look at just a basic warrior. Now this guy right here, we can see over on the properties the different things that he's got. He's got a 4% spear, so only 4% of all the warriors have this spear. The spell book is a pretty rare item, only 2% have that. And each item that they have will change their stats around somehow. So you see we got the agility, we got attack, we got defense, all that stuff. Excuse me. So the only important thing I have to say about the stats, as far as I understand right now, is they're all, of course you want as many stats as possible if you can, but the most important thing and the only stat with a real breakpoint is agility. So the way I understand agility, and again, I could be wrong, but the way I understand agility, and let's take a look at this. So going by where this cavalry right here is, right? If you had 0 agility, your character would not be able to move, and they would just be stuck in this one place. If they have 15 agility, they can go from one square to the next tile. There's one tile to the next tile. If they have 30 agility, they can move 2 tiles in a turn, so from here to here. If they have 45 agility, they can move 1, 2, 3, or they can go 1, 2, 3 tiles. And if they have 60 agility, they can go 4 tiles out. Now, mobility in these types of games are massive. So maybe when you're getting a character, if you decide you want to get a character, you would want to get a character with enough agility that you feel you'll be able to have the movement that you want on the battlefield for your 1v1 games. I believe I mentioned, I'm recording this a second time because the first record didn't go through, so I just want to make sure I mentioned, this game is going to be on the blockchain. Players will be, for playing games and playing in 1v1 battles, if you win a 1v1 battle, you'll be awarded NFTs in the form of cards. So let's see, we can take a look at some of those cards, I believe, on this white paper. If you just give me 1 second. So yeah, I believe these are some of the cards that we see. So we've got like Night Attack, pick one of the random items in your opponent's command post and send it to the graveyard. So I'm guessing the command post is the hand. I'm not entirely sure. You definitely will, if this is something that actually interests you, I highly recommend reading the white paper yourself. This is just going to be a very light look over of what's going on. But yeah, so you'll be awarded cards for playing the game if you win. And not only will you be awarded cards, you'll be awarded Aradenian gold, which is going to be the game's native currency. and it's also going to be a cryptocurrency. So you'll be getting tokens for playing. And if we look at games like Axie Infinity, that the amount that you get for playing these games, sometimes it's not a negligible amount. Like it adds up. Like you see, like in the Philippines, people like they live full time playing Axie Infinity. Like these are legit things, dude. So this is a really early project. If you look into this, you'd be getting in very early on the ground floor. And if you like these types of board games, this could be a very exciting thing for you. I mean, getting paid in tokens and getting paid in cards for winning your games, and actually those cards having a value, unlike in Hearthstone or unlike in Legends of Runeterra, where the cards just sit on your account and you can't do anything with them. You could sell these. If you have too many cards, if you have too many Ragnaroses, or you have too many Leroy Jenkins or something like that, you can just sell them to somebody else who needs one, which is really cool. So this is just going to be giving you, this is an idea of what the turns are like. We don't have to go too far into that because literally gameplay is still pretty far away. We can look at the roadmap. So at the end of Q4 of 2021 is when the beta game release is expected to be released. And at the beginning of 2022 is when the actual official PvP is expected to be released. Now, I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing that's when we'll start getting the play to earn features and we'll start actually being awarded cryptocurrency for playing the game, which is, again, very exciting, at least to me. So that is quite a while away, but we do know that this Women of Aradena drop is not too far away. So that's something pretty exciting to keep an eye out for. And I think for now, I think we discussed a lot of the things that I'd like to discuss. One thing that we didn't discuss is the tavern. Now, the tavern is going to be a place where you're going to be able to write lore for your character. If you're a fan of lore, if you're a wordsmith and you like to actually get more attached to your character, that gives it kind of like a D&D feel as well, right? Because like with D&D, you have your character, you can write their story, like, oh, this guy did this, he's legendary around the kingdom for like slaying this dragon or something like that. And you can literally write that into your character's biography. And as time goes on, we'll have characters with like extensive biographies. Like some characters will be literally legendary in the Kingdom of Aradena. So conceptually, to me, we'll be seeing an entire history of another world being built by our players and by the player base, which to me, that's very exciting. I find that really cool. And I think here we discussed pretty much everything. I'm going to link the white paper. You guys, if you are interested in this, I really highly recommend reading the white paper. And definitely do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a dude who really likes card games, and I found this game somewhat early. And I've been thinking about wanting to make a video for this for a while, figuring out how exactly I want to do it. I've had the idea of the Aradenian Academy in my mind for quite a bit now, but there isn't any gameplay for me to actually make videos on, so I haven't done a video yet. But I think for now, I'm going to maybe do some short updates as we find out more about the game. I'll let you guys know what I have to say about it as time goes on. And I might do some more videos like this for some other NFT projects that I find interesting moving forward, because it has been quite a while since I've uploaded, and I do want to give you guys more content. So yeah, I think that's all I have for today. If you guys are new here, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Leave me a like, I'd really appreciate that. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And I believe that's all I got for today. I'll see y'all soon. Thank you, and have a great one. Bye.